Right, hi lads and lasses, welcome to Darts Culture with Dynamite Dave, and welcome to our Monday night live stream. It's just gone 6:30, and hopefully we're going to have a real good do tonight. I'm super confident, well not really, that we've got all the problems ironed out. The only thing that we couldn't do is this new super duper fantastic laptop does not have an Ethernet input, so we're reliant on Wi-Fi, I'm afraid. So hopefully everything inside the house is 100% wall to wall. So all we've got is we've got a little bit of an outage problem that's happened with OpenReach over the last well, it was repaired about 2 weeks ago, and then apparently it went again last night. Something obviously that I didn't know about, and they've repaired it again, but they say that it can take up to a week for it to settle back down again. So fingers crossed, tonight's live stream should be alright. If there's a little bit of stammering in it, fair enough, but apparently on Saturday night, when we streamed on Saturday night, it was virtually unwatchable. So can everybody let me know, or somebody out there let me know whether the sound's okay, whether the stream's okay and it's not stammering. So fingers crossed it don't do no stammering. I'll put the code for NaKKa up in about 5 minutes. We'll have a bit of a yak first, and then it'll come up down here, that way, no, that way, there, down there, in that gap. it's all back to front. The way that I'm putting my fingers across is not the way that it's meant to be, because it's what I've done is I've reversed the camera so it actually looks like I'm chucking towards the board, instead of it looking like I'm chucking away from it, if you understand what I mean. Oh, Philip's in. Hiya Phil, mate, hope you're well. I really enjoyed our game earlier on, really good. Very, very impressed. We both played quite well, and the chap that I played, I think it was after you, or before you're after you, played quite well against him, and I was quite happy with that. I'll tell you something, the one thing that I will say, that I'm really, really impressed with are these Love Darts barrels. There's something about them. They're just absolutely fantastic. They're sort of like the best of all worlds. The grip that they've come up with for these barrels is just outstanding. Absolutely outstanding. The balance of the dart is outstanding. I think the shafts and the flights that I've got on it seem to work perfectly well with them. Well, absolutely fantastically with them. The only thing is they're not really even though they are printed in my thing, they're not my type of flights. I've got to say I do prefer spinners, but these are rigids. You do get more deflections with them, but they are actually flying really, really well. Right, let's have a see who's in and say hi to everyone. Right, let's roll this back to the top. Rolly. Right, so who's in? We've got Dave Bowie. Dave Bowie's in. Charlie Gray's in. Hi lads. Hope the pair of yous are well. We've got Baz Andrews in. We've got Graham Taylor. Hiya Graham, mate. Hope you're well, buddy. Absolute star this fella is. Absolute star. I think I mentioned it on the last live stream. Obviously it's bank holiday, so I can't get them off in the post to you till tomorrow sometime. I've got to go out tomorrow and get myself a cardboard tube to put them in. But I've got all the stickers and all the bits and bobs that I want to send you, and I'm going to send it you all in one go, so obviously the postage is then not quite as crazy as it can be. I don't know whether everybody here knows or not, but I did mention, or did I mention? I can't remember whether I did mention or not, but I'm mentioning it now anyway. Stockport Disability Darts, I went and presented them with the £100. I've also given them the Unicorn Eclipse Pro 2, Eclipse 2 dartboard, HD2 Pro Series. I've given that dartboard, and I've also given the Nathan Aspinall darts as well. So hopefully, well, this is what Ben says he's going to do anyway. He's going to do a raffle for the darts, and he's going to do a raffle for the dartboard. So I'm hoping it should virtually double the money for him, because those dartboards are like 58 quid. So even if he sells the tickets for a couple of quid a piece, he should easily make himself 100 quid on the board, and hopefully 100 quid on the darts as well. So that's something that I'm really, really chuffed about, really proud of. They took some photos while I was there. I'm hoping that they're on their actual Facebook page, because then what I'll do is I'll skim them and I'll use them for thumbnails and etc, etc. But yeah, really pleased about that. So that's gone off to them, the money's gone off to them. Like I say, they've got a dart board and a set of darts, and it won't be the last time I do stuff for them. Wayne Flint's in. Hiya Wayne, mate, hope you're well. Sound stream's okay, great stuff, as long as it's not stammering and what have you, because that's what we were trying to get away from. It was stammering like mad on, when would it have been? Saturday night. It was stammering really bad, and all is on the moment, Dave. Yeah, great stuff. Yeah, that's the best thing to do, Graham. And then you can think I think I can throw a feed to you, or we could do a joint feed and stuff like that. It'll work out really well for the tourneys and what have you, because I'll be able to hand it over to you, and then you'll be able to hand it back to me. So if you're playing, I can comment on your games. If I'm playing, you can run the stream while that's happening. So yeah, be absolutely fantastic that. Stu McNally's in. Hi Stu, mate. It's Stu's last night before he goes onto the boat. So this will probably be, well, it might not be the last time we hear from him till he gets back off the boat, but it's probably the last time that he'll be on the live streams until he comes back off the boat, depending on what the internet connection's like on there. Richie Evans is in. Hi Richie, mate. Hope you're well. Boyd Smith's in. Morning, Dave. Alberta, Canada. Way! Everybody from overseas, let us know where you come from so everybody else can see how popular we are. Right, and then we've got Adam Scott who's in. So that's the lot of us up to now. Right, brilliant stuff. So what I'll do is I'll have a bit of a warm up, and then we'll go on to NaKKa. Unless you guys want to ask me some questions. If you get a couple of questions in the column there, I'll answer them before we turn the old NaKKa on. As you can see tonight, in homage of BVD darts, you can see I've got the BVD shirt on. And the reason I've got this on is that thing doesn't spoil anything for you. I did like them when they first came out. What's coming in? Mozambique. Way! He's doing Mozambique. Adam Scott's in. Hiya Adam, mate. Hope you're well. What darts are you using tonight? We're on the Love Darts barrels, which Mark Kerr from Love Darts. These are his barrels, and I've teamed them up with I think they look wicked like this. They just look like really aggressive, with the blue Ignite, medium Ignite shafts, and the Dynamite Dave flights. The custom logo Dynamite Dave flight. So that's what we'll be using tonight. It's 2033. Dave, any tips for someone who's getting back into playing after a few years off? Oh, darts, women and motorbikes and cars come into the fray, and darts go out the window, unfortunately. But yeah, if you're getting back into it, really, really good piece of advice this is you're not the person you used to be. The amount of the people I've spoke to who've said to me, I was a cracking dart player when I was young. I had a few years off, I come back and I was absolute crap. And people don't realise, as you get older, your body changes, your muscle density changes, your muscle mass changes, your muscle tone changes, and the biggest muscle in your body, apart from your heart of course, or should I say the cleverest muscle in your body, this changes up here and all. So it's when you're coming back to your darts, hopefully, now you've had, even if you've only had 5 or 10 years off, or even 2 or 3 years, hopefully you're coming back to it and you've got a slightly more mature attitude, slightly more accepting of what you've got to do to become a better player. And the best thing I can say to you is, depending on what you want to do, Dynamite Dave way works fantastic. And this is probably the best time you can ever do it, is if you're coming back to darts and you've not actually started up and you've not been playing for a couple of weeks or a couple of months yet, if you're starting from scratch, best thing to do, start off in the Dynamite Dave way, and it'll just become your natural way really, really quickly. People who've been throwing for 15, 20, 30 years consistently, they have a lot more problem changing from the way that they're throwing now to the Dynamite Dave way. Normally, if they come over here and we have a full day at it, so 4 hours is what I class as a full day, I can normally convert them round to throwing really quite well in the Dynamite Dave way. The problem they have is when they go away and they sleep on it and they get up the following day and they start setting up in their old way again. So it can be, if you've been playing for years and years and years, it's a battle, and it's a battle you've got to fight. You've got no choice over it. because your brain and your body wants you to throw a certain way. If somebody teaches you something different, and I'll go through this again, and the amount of times I've heard people say to me is, you should throw darts the way that you're comfortable, you have your own way of throwing them, you just do whatever you want, which is true to an extent, or has been up until now, because you think about it, I was the same, everybody virtually here was the same. When you first start playing darts, somebody goes, there mate, there's a set of darts, you fling them at the board. Right, and I had a chap come over here, and he, what do you call it, he said something very similar along the same sort of lines. Been playing for a long time, didn't want to go to the Dynamite Dave way, just wanted me to sort of like help him correct what he was already doing. And he said to me, no, you should throw darts with the way that you're comfortable. So I said to him, I said, so you don't think that there's any certain way that you should throw darts? And he said, no. He said, there isn't really. He said, it's entirely up to yourself. I said, right. I said, have you got any kids? So he just went quiet and he went, yeah. I said, have you got any lads? He said, yeah. I said, did you teach them how to kick a football? And then instantly he just went quiet, and you could see the cogs starting to rotate in his head. And he went, well, yeah, of course. I said, so you're telling me that your young lad, right, when you gave him a football and he was a toddler and he toe banged it, you mean if you toe bang a football, you're not going to become a professional player? And he went, well, no, obviously not. He said, because you can't control the ball properly. I said, right, okay then. I said, let's move on from that. I said, if you finger, I said, let's say playing golf. I said, do you have to hold the club a certain way? I said, do you have to hold the club right? So he went, well, yeah. I said, cricket bat. I said, is there a right way to strike a cricket ball? I said, do you hold the bat? I said, do you have to strike the cricket ball or use your bat in a certain way to defend your wicket and to strike the ball properly? I said, or is it perfectly acceptable, because you know best, to get hold of the cricket bat like a baseball bat and just swing at the ball? If you did that, would they accept you onto a cricket team, onto a professional cricket team? And he went, well, no, obviously not. I said, well, there you go. I said, if there's a right way to kick a football, there's a right way to strike a cricket ball, there's a right way to kick a football, there's a right way to throw a basketball at the net, because there is. If you throw it like that, the chances are a lot less of you actually hitting the target than if you actually lay up properly. So if there's the right way to do that, is there not the right way to throw a dart? It's just the fact that nobody's ever put it forward before. People have just accepted the fact that you just pick up a set of darts and you just hool them at the dartboard however you want to hool them at the dartboard, and there is no right or wrong way of doing it. Whereas I believe, there's obviously going to be people who disagree with me, but I think logic dictates that there's got to be a right way of throwing a set of darts. There's got to be a right way of throwing a dart. Just like there's a right way of using a bow and arrow or a gun or virtually anything in your life, the right way of swinging an hammer. Obviously there's the right way to swing an hammer, because otherwise you're not going to hit the nails, are you? If you go like that with hammer over the top of your head before you hit the nail every time you do it, number one, it's going to take you 6 months to put 8 or 9 nails in, isn't it? And number two, you're going to miss that nail probably 70 or 80% of the time. So yeah, I believe that there's a right and a wrong way to chuck a dart. A lot of people think that you should throw them the way you're comfortable. But if I was coming back to darts as I did, I spent 2.5 years developing it, because, again, as I say, nobody had ever thought about it before. And I hadn't thought about it. The reason why I thought about it was because, number one, I'm an engineer, a mechanic and an engineer. Born right from being young, I've always been able to fix things. When I was 6 or 7 years old, I used to be able to take my Tonka toys to bits and put them all back together. So I've got like a mechanical and a guerrilla engineering type mind. So when I couldn't throw darts effectively the way that I wanted them to, and I wasn't happy with it, and I was probably, to be honest with you, your averages and what have you didn't mean anything to me then, but I was probably throwing at a 25, 30, maybe a 35 average. And then I thought to myself, as you do, there's got to be a right way, there's got to be a way to throw darts that's easier and more reliable than just doing it the way that I was doing it from when I was young, and it's probably the way that 90% of us start off. My idol was John Lowe, right? So I tried to throw my darts like John Lowe. My brother, our kid, who was a really good dart player, believe it or not, even when we were kids, was Eric Bristow, because that's who was about when we were in the 70s. It was Eric Bristow coming towards the end of the 70s, mid-70s, towards the end of the 70s. you were talking Leighton Rees, Eric Bristow, towards a little bit later than that, Dennis Priestley, Keith Deller. But mine and our kids' idols was Eric Bristow and John Lowe, because it was old Stoneface, and it always seemed to be either old Stoneface against Eric Bristow or Jockey Wilson against Eric Bristow. So I think I idolised John Lowe, so I tried to throw like John Lowe. But at the end of the day, I ain't John Lowe, so I shouldn't be trying to throw like John Lowe. And my muscle memory and what have you, don't forget, these guys have spent, like, the guys now that are on the telly, I know I'm waffling, and it's what I love doing, but the guys that are on the telly now are the old school. They're the ones, there is a few of them with mechanical throws, don't get me wrong, there is a few of them out there with mechanical throws, but they're like the old school. It's like Formula One. And the problem with darts, you see, is darts have been in the old Bugatti, what should we call it, cars with the great big old round headlights. Darts has been stuck in that era for years and years and years, and it's only the last decade where the actual equipment has come on leaps and bounds, the boards have come on leaps and bounds, and the only thing that lagged behind it was the actual players themselves. Don't forget, I go back to another one when we're talking like Joey Dunlop and what have you, when they used to be on the Isle of Man TT. Now my father, my real father, used to do that, and he used to go in the pub, have 3 or 4 pints, come out, get on his bike, ride round the Isle of Man. But they don't do that anymore, do they? They spend hours and hours in the gym because of the money that's involved in it. The money that's involved in it drives people to become more professional and more determined to win. You've got to be better to take that prize pot. And that's just like progression. That's just the way everything works. As things progress, that's what happens, is you get more and more determined. It's like the difference going from the Eric Bristow and John Lowe era to the Phil Taylor era. You look at the difference between Phil Taylor and Eric Bristow. They're just worlds apart, for the simple reason is Eric Bristow was a darts player and an entertainer. Phil Taylor was a tradesman. He was a tradesman dart player, and what he did was he set out to be the best dart player he could ever be, and he put whatever hours it took in practice in to do that, and all the competitions that he won. I mean, we've probably all seen Blood on the Carpet, where Phil Taylor turns around and says, yeah, well, the first tournament I went into, I managed to get into the finals and I lost in the finals. I rang Eric up, and the first thing he says to me is, F off, ring me back when you've won, and put the phone down on him. And that is what makes you hungry. That is the type of teacher that gives you that killer instinct. And it's exactly the same in boxing or golf or what. Be the top of your thing. If you want to be the top of your sport, you've got to fight for it. You've got to keep going at it. You've got to keep digging, and you've got to keep fighting for it. What I'm trying to do with the Dynamite Dave way is, I think I've had a little bit of an influence at the top because of the double finishes and what have you. 2 or 3 years ago, absolutely unheard of. I've been teaching that, and everybody, you can go back, if you don't believe me, you can go back in the YouTube channel 4 or 5 years and you will see videos there saying about double finishes and the reasons why I use the double finishes. For the simple reason is, as I've said a million times, you make those doubles your best friend. For the simple reason is, you can't win without hitting a double. You can win hundreds and thousands of legs without ever hitting a 60 in a normal pub situation. Obviously you're not going to do it on the professional level, but if you're going out to the pub, if you can throw 3 darts into that single 20 every time you walk to the board, you've instantly got a 60 average. And you're not telling me that a 60 average in a pub won't win you most matches, because it will. And like I say, if you can do that, it's three big fat 20s. Thing to do, make those doubles your best friend. And that's why I do, like if I'm going for 66, I might go double 15, double 18, because I'm using them all the time. And the more you use them, the better you get at them. It's as simple as that. Right, waffle over. I've waffled on for about 10 minutes now, and I'm sure you're bored rigid. Right, so, missing being in my 20s. Yeah, well, the thing is, you see, is when you're in your 20s, you're exactly the same as me. You're invincible, you know everything, and you're thinking, and to be honest with you, you can wing it a lot, can't you, when you're in your 20s. When you're in your 20s, if you're playing darts, your actual brain is quick enough and your body's quick enough to correct it, so you will hit quite a few treble 20s. You might get to that like mental state where you think you're a really good dart player, and you might be really good in your own pub or your own thing. It's when you get out into the bigger world and you start playing against people who take it seriously that everything changes. But yeah, I mean, I wish I was in my 20s again, to be honest with you. I'd love my 20-year-old body back again there. I'd have a chest which is slightly bigger than the one that I've got now, and a 28 waist. I was built like a brick outhouse. Used to come out to my shoulders, and my sides used to go into my waist like that. Now they just go and that's good living and too much money, to be honest with you. Too much good living. Tell me about it 35 years away from darts. Yeah, well that's it, that's what I say. And the thing is when you come back after 35, 36 years away from darts, the one thing that you did, Stu, was you found me. So you were lucky. I mean, you think if you came back from 35 years worth of darts and I didn't exist and there was no other coaches about, it's only YouTube that's caused this. Otherwise, if YouTube and the internet wasn't a thing, right, I would just be in the pub playing at my own whatever. So I think earlier on, did I do a 70 something average? 79 I think it was. I'd be playing at that 60, 65, 70 average, and I'd just be wiping the floor with everybody in the pub, and that'd probably be as far as I ever went. Because being a professional dart player, as I've said on 1,000 occasions before, it's not me, it's not what I want. I could probably, well, I could have, I'm too old now, but 10 years ago I could have turned professional if I wanted to. If I'd have put the time in, instead of being on YouTube and coaching people, if I was spending that time on the board instead, then yes, I believe that I would have been quite capable of being on the TV by now, quite capable of it. Great advice, Steph. Yeah, well, I see. Peter, you're absolutely right, mate. All it is, right, is I see everything in a logical manner. I see when people throw darts and they're doing Jockey Wilson in, Justin Pipe in, Dave Chisnell in, I just look at that and I think to myself, how much of your brain and how much capacity does that have of your brain and your physical body has to be absolutely bang on to throw those 3 darts into the treble 20. Well, I'm just a working class bloke from Hyde, and everybody here has seen how many 180s I get, how many big finishes I hit, and I'm nothing special. All it is, and to be honest with you, if I hadn't have spent 2.5 years developing the Dynamite Dave way, I still would have been playing trash now. Absolutely, I would have been lucky if I ever made it to a 55 average, 50-55 average, if I was lucky ever in my life. And I just would have turned out to be one of these lads that thought I was really good when I was young, when I was absolutely garbage. All it was I was great up here, but I wasn't good at all. When I actually look back at the way that I used to throw, I used to think that I was alright, but I wasn't really. I wasn't really alright at all. Put my board in the bin, found Dave by chance. Best thing that I did. Well, do you know something? Thanks for that, Wayne, mate. And it's, do you know something? You're not alone. Probably going back 4 or 5 years, well, more than that, it's like I'd say it's probably the last 12 months more than any time before have I ever made any claims. If you go back into my old videos, I always used to say it's all subjective. If you think it's common sense, have a go at it. But I personally think now that I can actually turn around and say, yes, this does work. I'm telling you it works, and it does work. And it's provable now, you see, because the amount of people out there that are throwing in the Dynamite Dave way, or even the ones that have only took aspects of it and they're throwing in the Dynamite Dave stance. So basically, the amount of people that I've got from teetering on one foot to standing with both the feet flat on the floor, and they just say, it feels awkward at first, but I know it's right. It feels right, and I know it's right, and I know I'm a lot more stable. Even if it's just that one element, which I think is like, I mean, Neil from Neil's Darts, Neil Bell, I think he's on now. He said he started standing with his feet flat, and that made all the difference to him. But when I watch him throw, he throws from underneath his eye, but he's got a really mechanical throw, and he's a really good thrower. He's a real good chucker. I know he likes to put himself down a little bit, but he shouldn't do, because he's a really, really good chucker. And his throw is dead consistent. And the reason it's consistent is, all right, it's coming from underneath his eye, but what he's doing is he's getting that lovely tick-tock motion, and he's getting his arm speed right down. I think I've had a few people here, and they're like, it's like they're trying to throw the darts through the dartboard, through the wall, and into my bathroom. They're throwing them that hard, and you just don't need to do that. If you do that, the harder you throw them, you're flinging them. So the harder you fling them, the less accurate they're going to be. All you need to do is get that dart to stick in that board. As long as that point is stuck in that board, when you walk up and take them out, those darts count. And if you look at my darts, because they come from the side of my head, I've got a lot of kinetic energy in them. I don't have to have massive arm speed. I can throw them really quite gentle, and you look at the points, they go over halfway into the board. And my arm speed isn't quick at all, but it's the length of that throw. It's actually getting the weight of the dart going forward, being projected forward, and releasing the dart while it's still at its optimum speed. You see a lot of people with, and they think their follow through finishes up here. And when it finishes up here, as your arm's coming forward, believe it or not, it is slowing down before you let go of the dart. So that's why you have to go like that with the dart to try and get it to the board, because your arm is actually, believe it or not, slowing down as you release the dart. Right, let's see who else is on here. I'm just going to have to stop gabbing and get on with a bit of chucking, aren't we? Adam Scott. Hi Adam, mate, hope you well. Nearly 9 years of playing, I was still aiming for 20s and hitting 4s and 9s. Yeah, well, I think I've got to say, when I came back to playing darts after having a long time off. Gary Dando's in. Hi Gary, mate. See who else is in. Dean Brown's in. Baz Andrews, I think Baz was in the first place. And Nick Nukes. Right, so I'll tell you what we'll do. Is now I've had a bit of a waffle, which I like to do. And it feels nice, to be honest with you. It's been a long time. We've been doing too much NaKKa, haven't we? And virtually no chatting. So this is nice to actually be having a bit of a chat. Yeah, I was the same. Stu McNally, I was the same. But how I've done this from the feet up. I didn't change everything at once. Yeah, mainly because it means that everything falls to bits. If you change everything at once, it means you can't play darts. You cannot play darts for the first... I mean, if you're doing it on your own off the YouTube videos, right, it might be 2 or 3 days before you can get the darts anywhere near where you want them to go. But that's where people go wrong. You don't try and throw the darts at the treble 20. If you start in the Dynamite Dave way and you're going to start trying to throw front side of your head, you'll have to forgive me, my nose is starting to run, I don't know why. Don't tell me I'm coming down with something. Right, if you're throwing from the side of your head and you've always thrown from underneath your eye, when you get that, the darts will not go where you want them to. But that's fine, that's absolutely fine. All you're looking at to start off with is throw one dart in and throw your second dart at your first dart's flight, no matter where it lands. Whatever you do, if you throw one dart in and it goes down towards the bullseye, do not throw your second dart at the treble 20. I always tell people when they start off on the Dynamite Dave way, massive thing, throw towards the bull, but don't try and hit it. Throw towards the bull, but not trying to hit the bull with every dart that you throw. You throw your first dart in, and then you throw your second dart at your first dart's flight. One of the biggest things in the game of darts is getting your grouping. Your cover shots and everything will come. Yeah, they will come with what's called your first dart pitching. Even if it's your third dart out of your hand, if you're going to a different part of the board, it's what I call, and it's what I think a lot of other people class as first dart pitching, which means that you're throwing your dart to a different place. So it's the first dart you've thrown. So if you've thrown 2 treble 20s and you're going for a 170 out shot, the one that you throw at the bull, right, is first dart pitching. The first dart you throw into the treble 20 is first dart pitching. The second dart is literally, all you're doing is throwing it at the flight. So all you're doing is one in, one that feels exactly the same, towards the flight, boom, it's in the treble 20. Then when you're coming down for the bullseye, that is again a first dart pitch, because you're moving to a different part of the board. Believe in folks, chucking a few hundreds. Well, you know, Graham, thingy, get the odd comment and what have you that my videos are edited and this, that and the other. You can now, Graham's been here, he's on here now. Graham will tell you that I can throw every bit as well as I tell you I can. I can hit 100 averages, he knows, he's been here when I've done it. We've just been stood talking to each other, and I'm throwing 180 after 140 after 180 after 140. And then when he taught me how to play cricket, because we were in here and it was just the two of us, and I'm not trying to run a stream as well as throw and try to move equipment about and adjust things. When we actually got the darts flowing, I was playing cricket. I think the first game I ever played against him, I think I got, oh yeah, I did, because I did, didn't I? I went treble 20, treble 19, treble 17 and closed the three numbers out in 3 darts. And that's the way that I am when I'm playing in real life. This isn't real life. When you try to run a stream, there's one thing that I will tell you. Women, lasses, are fantastic at multitasking. Us blokes are frigging useless. So one or two of us are alright, or two of us, not me anyway, I'm useless. One thing at a time, sweet Jesus, and that is it for me. So when I'm doing the streams and what have you, it's very difficult for me to throw well. Whereas Graham will tell you, Aileen Harvey, who was here a couple of weeks ago when Graham was here, she'll, to anybody who comes to have face-to-face coaching with me, will tell you how good I am. I had a lad the other day, and we were I think we had 3 legs at the end of the session, and I played down for him the first 2 legs, and then the last leg I just went in, bang, 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 and the finish was 84 finish, and I went double top, 4 double top, not 4 double top, I went double top, 4 double top. And he just said to me, he says, that is just unbelievable, Dave, I can't believe you've just done that. And I said, yeah, but that's why I say to you, make your doubles your best friend. Because believe me, you can hit 180 after 180 after 180 after 180, 140, 123, 125. If you can't hit a double, you're never going to win a leg, never mind a match or a tournament. So they're more important than your scoring. Your scoring will come anyway. Because obviously if you're able to throw at targets round the board, throwing at one single stationary target becomes a lot easier. Oh yeah, the flag's in, 2009. Missed me 20 gram darts. Well, there's plenty of 20 gram darts on the market, fella. All you've got to do is you'll have to troll through Darts Corner and places like that, and Red Dragon, but you'll even find something that's very, very similar to what you're looking for. I mean, our kid was it was quite funny. We've got some darts that I use every now and again. They're in between 28 and 30 grams, and that's what the weight difference is in them. They're from 1980, I think it's 84 or 86, was when they first came out, the proper tungsten darts. And they're our kids. They're quite a short barrel, but they're very, very heavy. And like I say, he bemoaned losing them or not being able to find them for a good 4 years. The reason why he couldn't play to the level that he wanted to play at was because he couldn't find these darts. We found those darts. My dad found them in the loft in a cigarette tin. He broke them out, put the flights and everything in them, and played just the same as he did the day before. So it's got nothing to do with the darts. Darts are inanimate objects, you're chucking them. Right, let's get on to NaKKa, and let's have a bit of a chuck. Yeah, who was teaching who? Laugh out loud. That's how I warm up now, always. Right, come on then, let's have a bit of a NaKKa go. Right, the code for NaKKa is 3 Golf Romeo. So it's 3 Golf Romeo. Oh, there's the average from this afternoon, 69.7. Not the best, not my best average in the world, but not bad for a stream. Not bad for, well, it's actually really good for a stream. I'm usually pretty poo on streams. Right, so there we go. Yeah, Mark's darts, these ones that they've made between him and Zaki are just absolutely unbelievable. Just absolutely unbelievable. Zaki Fulton's a genius, really is. There's just something about them, and I couldn't even put my finger on it, but they are really, really neutral and really, really easy to throw. The grip on them is phenomenal. It's about as right as you can get it. It's nice and sharp in points, and but it still comes out of your hands without it sticking in any way, shape or form. Right, so now I've been waffling for God knows how long. Can somebody just give me an update? Has the stream stammered or stopped, or has the thing of the mic's gone out of sync or anything like that up to now? I'm just hoping we're on the right path. Like I say, the only thing that I was a bit disappointed about was the fact that I can't get an Ethernet cable into this very, very expensive laptop, which I suppose they're probably thinking along the lines of technology's moved on, but I think an hardwired internet connection would probably be great. What darts are they, Dave? These are, as the chap above there has just mentioned, these are the Love darts, Generation 1's Variant 2. These are the Variant 2s with the more of a bull nose than a tapered nose on the end. As soon as those tapered nose ones, as soon as he gets them, I want a set of them and all. Because if they're out like these, because the tapered nose tends to suit me a little bit better, so I think they would be my ideal darts then. Oops. Mitch. Looks good from across the pond. Excellent. Oh, we've got somebody in there. Yeah, good job you shouted, otherwise you'd have been there for ages. It didn't make any noise. You alright, Baz?
You alright, mate?
I am, mate. Not bad at all. It's you to throw first. Game on. Good luck.
Good luck, mate.
Oh, I like them flights. Yeah, they're very iridescent. 85. Okay. Oh, hang on. Yes, it is 81. Sorry, yes, it is. Steady Eddie. Oh dear. 38. $85. Great darts. Oh dear. Oh, 24. $60. 60. Unlucky. Oh dear. 32, 52. Where's this so weird? Yeah, good darts.
Cheers.
Ton.
Right.
Good darts.
Cheers.
Oh, 28. Oh, great darts.
Cheers.
43. Oh, come on. Oh. 22. Really me, come on, David.
Ah. 11.
60.
Ah. 32.
24. Dearie me, so close and it's so far. $60. Oh, 58. Good darts. Well played, buddy.
Cheers, Dave.
Yeah, cheers, buddy. Catch you in a bit. Oh, hang on, no, I must have moved it back up to 3. So, so shoot a throw first.
Okay, mate.
$81. $57. Steady Eddie. Oh, come on, 41. ton. Ah, come on, 41. $57, $67, $73. Oh dear, you spoon bust. Again, 42. Good darts. There we go. It's not my night, is it? Look at that for a deflection. Straight into the double, 45 scored. No, 11. Five. Yeah, game in 3. Right, hopefully we can pick it up a bit again now. That was horrible. No, you can't be good all the time. Right, here we go. Deflection again, 24. $140. Ta. Oh God, 22. $43. Darts. $95. 99. Ta.
100.
Darts. And again. And again. 38 scored.
Sorry. 45.
Oh, unlucky. Oh, no, not unlucky. You left yourself a nice easy finish. Bullseye for you, sir. Oh, come on, David, stop it. Oh, 20 scored. Ah,
Oh, 22 scores.
oh, unlucky. Yeah, game in 2.
Good shot.
Hallelujah. I've caught up, I've caught up. It's the decider, you to throw first.
All the way.
All the best, mate, all the best. Right. $26. $60.
Oh my god. 11.
$125.
Right, that's fine.
Darts. $85. Ooh, 87. Ah, oh, 44. Oh, wrong side. 16, 20. 20 scored. Oh, 14 scored. Oh dear, no score. Jockey Wilson, the last one. Oh, 20 scored. Great game, mate. Well played. I'm sure Maradona's on my board somewhere. You know, keeps sticking his hand out and pulling my darts out of the way. I don't think I've had so many deflections in my frigging life.
Just one of them games, mate.
Yeah,
Up and down.
exactly. Now what you can do about it. I enjoyed it anyway, Baz. Yeah.
Take care, mate. I'll
Ke-
see you again.
Yeah, catch you soon, buddy. Ta-ra, mate. Whew. Well, that was a bit of a dog's dinner, wasn't it? Oh, well, that's what I said to you. It's so difficult to try and while you're trying to stream and what have you, and it's just Tell you, I didn't believe the thing of the lads from. Hi, Richie, mate. You all right? I didn't believe the lads from Love Darts and that when they said how hard it is to stream and chuck at the same time. You all right, Richie? Yeah, I'm all right, mate. Are you? Great stuff. Let's just turn this camera a little bit. It's got a little bit out of sync. There we go. That's more like it. Right. Whenever you're ready, Richie, off you go, mate. Yeah. Good luck, mate. Good darts. $41. Steady, Eddie. Oh, 83. Steady, Eddie. $60. Oh, 26. Right. Come on. Darts. $60. Good darts. Oh, come on. 45. $57. Unlucky. $87. Unlucky. Oh, not like that, David. 1824. Unlucky. Alright, come on, David. 10 scored. Double trouble. Double trouble. Good dart. Good game. Good work. Good leg. Too many darts, but right. Come on. Now stop it, David. Right. Come on. Oh, for goodness sake! 41. Flinging them all over the place. $100. Darts. $41. Good darts. $66. $95. Darts. 43. Ooh. 77. Oh, bust. Unlucky. Jack. 28. Bust. Let's try and get some cold air in here. No score. Closer than the others though. Shite. Good darts. $64. Brilliant darts. $60. $24. $60. 85. Oh look, you just snatched that last one. Oh. Oh, come on, 81. Terrible darts. Good darts, well played, mate. 3-0 arse kicking. And thoroughly deserved as well. Oh, well, do you know something? There's a stream from before when I was like messing about trying to get all this messing about with the bit rates and what have you right. And I played this afternoon, and because it wasn't scheduled and it wasn't a proper live stream, I actually played all right. But that. Yeah. 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 It's game on syndrome, that's what it is. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, no worries, Richie. I'll catch you in a bit. Take care, mate. Catch you soon. Right, stick that on that for 5 minutes. Right. Whew. Yeah, well played, Richie. Dave played like a cabbage. How long was that? Hi Shabba, whatever you do, don't watch these matches tonight. This is just I've not played this bad in a long time. But I played really well this afternoon. What is it like? It's just crazy. I actually schedule a live stream and play like a spoon. Now, yeah, when I play normally or I play face to face, I play really well. It's really there's not much gets inside my head, but I think this must have done. It doesn't feel like it has, you know what I mean? I don't feel like I'm under any particular pressure. It's just the darts just don't go where I want them to when it's under this situation, and I can't understand why. I really can't understand why. Right, a little bit of a shout out again. Is the live stream staying all right when I'm playing like Richie and other people on NaKKa? Because obviously the NaKKa's using the bandwidth as well, but we haven't had any like stammer on the NaKKa tonight. We've not had any problems on that whatsoever, so I'm hoping that that's transferred through to the actual live stream itself. I've got the NaKKa running at only, I think it's something like about 40 or 50 bits, so it's not tiny. So I'm hoping that this is actually 99% sorted out. They reckon it'll settle down. I'm tonight I'm only running at about 35, believe it or not, download and about 15 upload. When I was talking to the technicians this afternoon, they're saying that I should be on in between 75 and 80 download, so it's a massive difference. 75 and 80 download and 55-60 upload minimum. They're saying that I should be able to achieve 75 down, 75 up, in which case obviously you should be able to stream solid gold. Stream, you're not concentrating the same. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. My head's in different places, which is a shame, really, because, like I say, except the chef. Oh, I'll tell you. All good, right? So the stream's all good. It's not lagging. It's not stammering like it was the other day. I mean, we can live with it if it's only doing it every now and again for a couple of seconds, because, like they said, that the stream isn't running at its full strength yet. They only finished fixing it about an hour before I came on air, and they said that it can take up to a week to settle down properly because of the bandwidths that they're shoving, which is like virtually everybody's got 80 apiece all round here, so it's quite a lot of bandwidth. So, like I say, it takes a while to settle down. Right, let's open that NaKKa back up again, seeing as we're doing okay, and we'll have another quick game. I don't mind being embarrassed. It's not new for me. It's not. Right. Horrible, horrible darts. Right, come on, David. Tunski. Right, we're back live again. If anybody wants to go on NaKKa. As you can see, it's a good opportunity to give me a good pasting. Yeah, I keep saying that I will do, mate. I will join it. Next tournament's September the 26th. DC 501. Yeah, so we've got 501 cricket and 301. And repeat until one gets to 3 wins. Double elimination. Noonish USA, 5 o'clock UK time. Sounds good to me. See what else we've got going on here. Oh, right, we've got someone in. Oh, it's Mitch, I think, looking at that. Hey, hiya Mitch, you alright, lad?
How you doing, Dave?
I'm alright. Playing rubbish, but I'm not too bothered. It's just one of them things.
I've been playing pretty rubbish myself. I wouldn't worry about it. Anyway, I don't know if you just read the stream there. I picked up a set of the Carrera C3s in Philly a week ago, and I love them. They're great.
Yeah.
It was a great recommendation.
Yeah, aren't they just? Once that finger, that if you've bought brand new ones, once that grip starts to wear down a bit, it's probably one of the best grips ever.
I kind of like them just the way they are.
Yeah, well, the thing is, if you like them nice and sharp the way they are, about once a fortnight, just run a toothbrush over them.
Yeah.
And they'll stay like that. They'll stay really sharp and really good. All it is because of the way the pixel grip is formulated. If you look at it under a microscope, they're like little S shapes. And what happens is the dead skin builds up in those like hollows, you know, in the pixels.
Yeah.
And that's what deadens the grip off.
I actually ordered a set from Amazon over the winter, and it never came. And then they eventually canceled them, saying that they couldn't get them. And I'm going like, really?
I don't think Carrera C3s are the hardest thing in the world to obtain.
There's sets around. You know, they're asking a lot for them, but there's sets around.
Yeah. I think it, like you say, they're the older value, all right.
Oh yeah.
Right, go on, it's you to throw first, Mitch. Away you go, fella. Yeah, you two shoot well.
There I go saying how great these darts are. 9.
That's oh dearie me. 20, 22.
Feeling sorry for me, huh?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. 9.
It's all, it's all right. It'll come back. It'll come back. $66.
That's a bit better.
Steady Eddie. Hallelujah, the sun.
There you go.
Seems like a long, long time since I've had one of them. Ooh. Steadius, Eddius again. $140.
Oh, good darts.
It's nice to actually get a couple of decent scores. $59.
Goodness.
Ooh. 58. Darts. Right, here we go. Ooh. Ooh. 16 scored. Steady Eddie. Yeah, game in 1. I'm trying to relax. I'm trying.
Yeah, me too. I've been running around all day.
Right, so there we go. Just pulled them off the side. That's what all that noise was. I've just put myself some shafts and stems in, some shafts and flights in. So I'm going to play you with my Carreras.
Maybe they'll teach mine something.
60.
Steady.
Steady Eddie.
Oh, 85. That time.
Yeah, darts. $60. What? Yep, 100. I had to make sure my eyes are bad. I thought it was 140 at first.
Yeah, with the light I got on this board, it's hard to see here too.
Yeah. I think it's part of getting old as well.
Yeah, well.
I don't think you like
Nothing I
things.
can do about that one.
Oh no, nothing we can do about that. No. I just think the light perception in your eyes goes as you get older. I mean, it's as bright as anything in here, and I still can't bleeding tell. $99. Good solid darts. Oh, come on. 86. No, 66. 66. It's alright, it's me. It's my brain not working properly. Uh, 57, 58, 68, 78, 76. Yeah. Oh, come on, 30 scored. I could see that when you went for the finger, I couldn't believe it, me. Treble 1 right next to the treble 20. You know something, that drives me crackers, that. I wish I had £1 for every time I did that. Be a rich man. Oh, bust, wrong side of the wire. So I've just done the same as you.
It's only a 64th of an inch on top of that wire.
Yeah.
There it is again.
Yep.
41 score. Or 42 score, I'm sorry.
And now you're throwing your flights on the floor.
Yeah. Boys must be laughing at us. At least me.
Oh, no score again. I just tried, no, just being cocky there. I think I wanted 5, so I went treble 1, double 1. And didn't hit it. least you've left one. I'd much rather have 40 than frigging 10 anyway. Oh, come on, David, stop it. Hallelujah. Game in 3.
Hey, alright, good. Put me out of my misery.
I was going to say it usually works when I tell myself off, believe it or not.
Yeah, there's something else that we found out. You can't laugh and throw parts either.
Oh. True. Hey, nobody said you had to stand on a chair.
Yeah, no, I had to sit down to go to the laptop there.
Oh.
I gotta put my glasses on so I can see that. Don't get old.
I'm already there.
81.
Good last start. 60. Come on, 28. $60. Steady Eddie in it. Steady Eddie. Yeah, they do go in well, don't they?
Yeah.
85.
Yeah, those black things really stick. I have them on a couple other sets of cards too. They're really nice.
Yeah, they are. Stops any fallouts.
Right.
Son. Ta.
Must be getting tired.
Oh. 21.
Trying to make me feel good, are you?
Oh, Daniel, he came out with a Joe Biden joke then. Involves slippers and cocoa. $55.
$33 score.
Oh! 60 scored.
Wow.
Both of them touching the wire.
29.
Ah, setting up, there we go, 32. Right, come on David. Unbelievable. Block the bed. I'm going to have to do a finger, do a Rob Cross. I'm just going to walk into the other room. Ah, pff, no chance. No score.
He does that thing about 8 reps and then he hits it though, doesn't he?
Yeah, yeah. And he moves so far across the hockey if he's blocked and he still hits it.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable.
You dirty dog.
5 now to leave you where you were. You sausage. That leaves you on 30.
At this point, I don't really care.
No, that's if I hit 15 there, I automatically go for 5, and then it still leaves me on the on what I was going for.
Yeah.
Just logic. Yeah, game in 1.
All right. Thank you.
I enjoyed that, Mitch. I really, really did, mate. I love playing you. We just laugh all the way through. I love it. Absolutely love it.
At least we can laugh.
Yeah, well, that's it. Yeah, it's what it's all about, isn't it? The idea is we love the game. I think I love your company. It's fantastic. I just really enjoy it whenever we play. Like I say, we just laugh all the way through it.
Yep. I agree with you 100%, and I enjoy your company too. Your videos helped me through a long time. I don't know if you remember or not, but I used to be on the tournament circuit here in the States back in the 80s.
Yeah, I do remember.
Yeah, and I had some eye trouble and some arm trouble and had to quit, and I laid off about 30 years. So I'm just coming back. It's been like 2 years now, and I definitely needed help with my stance because I was one of those guys who used to lean forward a lot.
Yeah,
We talk about.
yeah.
You know, and I played well doing it, but I can't do that anymore with my back and all the other things I got going on. So.
Well, that's it. When you're younger, you see, you can compensate for all those. Like if you're leaning forward, you can compensate for all that. Your brain works fast enough, your body works fast enough. Whereas as you start to get older, see, that's the great thing with the Dynamite Dave way. If you take this on when you're young, it doesn't do you any harm, but it also means that you can carry on throwing your darts in exactly the same manner right the way throughout your darting career.
Right.
Nothing has to change.
It's hard for me making the transition, but it'll come.
Oh God, yeah, it is hard. But I tell you what, you're playing all right now, mate. There's nothing wrong with your game because I've played you when you've given me a good hiding. So.
Well, that was only once.
Well, once is enough. Right, I'll catch you soon, Mitch. Take care of yourself, mate. I'm going to go and have a film with a wife now.
Okay.
See you later, bud.
Okay. Have a good one.
You too. Ta-ra, mate. Right, everybody. What a fantastic stream. Really enjoyed myself tonight. Just the last parting shot from everybody. Did it stay out all right throughout that second half? No stammering and no messing about, hopefully. Fingers crossed. Brilliant. Really, I enjoyed that. Mitch is such good, isn't he? He's like, I tell you what, he has me laughing all the time. He's really, really good. Right. Hit and miss that. Yeah, well, yeah, this thing, it's just, that's the way it is, isn't it? Like I say, I played a little bit better in that match. Just picking up a different set of darts and what have you. It brings your focus a little bit more into the centre. Picking up a new set of darts because it makes you focus a little bit more. Right, thanks everybody. Oh, Garen Brown's in. Hiya, mate. Hope you're well. Missed us tonight. We think we're just about to finish now, unfortunately. I would have loved to do another game with you. Like I say, I will get in touch with you over the next few days. Don't worry about it. I've not forgot about it. I think I've added you on my Facebook, as you'll know, and I'll get in touch with you over the next few days. Just absolutely mad busy at the moment, doing that charity stuff for Stockport Disability Darts and everything. Right, everything's okay. That's been fantastic. I'm really happy about that this week. Really happy about it. Right, lads and lasses, thanks very much for your company. I've really enjoyed it. And don't forget, you'll only ever get out of this game what you're prepared to put in. And don't forget, we'll be back on a week on Monday. So we'll be back a week today. Next week is when I'm in all weekend. Right, so I won't be on next weekend, but I'll be on a week today. Right, so take care of yourselves. And don't forget, lads and lasses, always, 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 totally okay. Take care now. See you again soon.